Hello, my name is Brian Grace, and as you can see, I'm getting on a little bit in age, and you'll be wondering what an old get like me is making a video for. And you'll turn around and say, this man's off his rocker, because the story I'm going to tell you is just like a story out of a Hollywood movie. 3 of those years I spent in Malaya at the time of the Malayan emergency. And I also spent 3 years in Hong Kong at the time when the revolution was going on, and the Red Guards, a lot of people won't remember them, but if you look it up in your history books, you'll see the British Army was pulled out all over the place. Singapore riots, Hong Kong riots, marching in London. But anyway, during my time in the army, I came across in the emergency what we call the bandits. The communist terrorist infiltrators, we used to call them CT bandits. And in Hong Kong, against the Red Guards. Now the story I'm going to tell you, backed up by documentary evidence, is my 10-year fight nearly against the Royal Bank of Scotland. Questions that I have asked the Royal Bank of Scotland in a face-to-face meeting with the Chief Executive, Mr. Hemsley, the Chief Debt Recovery Manager, Mr. Waddle, who is the debt recovery manager of the whole of Europe and the whole of the UK. Now, if they don't know anything about them, they are secret accounts. And that is what my claim is, the false secret accounting within the Royal Bank of Scotland. I will proceed now and produce the documents as I go along in this video. And things were okay until 1997, when I suffered a heart attack, a bad heart attack, and ended up in the Countess of Chester Hospital, intensive care. I went in to see the bank manager. It wasn't the manager I expected to see. He had been moved on and a new manager was in place. There were 3 checks. These numbers I know off by heart because I've quoted them, seen them so many times. They were, and asked why these checks had been dishonoured. He gave me no explanation and just said, hard luck. I said, I want the charges refunded. He said, you're not having them refunded. You've got to pay them. In April 2002, I was very lucky enough to have 5 numbers and a bonus in the National Lottery that I would sue them. On receiving this information, what did the Royal Bank of Scotland do? They said, as a gesture of goodwill, you can now remove the default from Mr. Grace's credit file, as a gesture of goodwill. But because now I'd got a default on my credit file, they penalised my partner and uprated her interest rate to 17.9. So this default not only damaged me, it damaged her credit rating as well. The bank are still saying they didn't copy it. Here is a letter from Mr. Brown. In conclusion, based on what you've seen, do you think these people are bankers, or are they bandits? The same bandit that I met in the jungles of Malaya.